welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to go into War Market for the first time. This is a store I've never been to. I don't have one in my area. I happen to be close to one today. So let's go in and explore. I'm going to share my first impressions and what are my favorite items that I find today. If you enjoy this video, I really hope you can consider hitting that red subscribe button down below and also following me on Instagram for more updates over there. Thank you so much for your support, and without any further ado, let's just jump right into the video.
Pretty excited to be here. Not only I found beautiful things, but I was really impressed with the quality. Usually I show home decor in my videos divided by sections or categories, but on this video I'm adding a few random things to the start so you can get a glimpse of what we're going to see today. While prices are a bit higher for some items, I can see how the quality is mostly superior for home decor. Also, I'll have most, if not all of the items mentioned on this video linked in my description box. Please keep in mind that these are affiliate links, which means I do make a small commission of your purchase. And while you don't have to use my links to buy, they're there for your convenience. That will also include some of these rugs that I couldn't film much of, but I found so many beautiful options online as well. But the first thing I noticed when I entered the store was the wall arts. And of course, the first one that caught my eye was this gorgeous one right here. This was the last one my store had on this day, and this is a 42 by 32 inches, so it's a pretty large piece. This landscape wall art is also gorgeous, but I am unfortunately unable to find this one online, but it has the most beautiful shades of purple, pink, and blue. And the next two are actually ones that come in a set. So the price you're seeing on the screen is actually for both of them. And the way I know that is because they had a carton that was supposed to wrap them both up, and it had been taken off and left on the shelf. Unfortunately, these are not available online either, but definitely beautiful pieces. This is another set of two oval botanical paints in white and navy. This one looks like a vintage piece, but it can definitely be incorporated into a coastal home. Next up, the vases and table decor. Some of them were on sale on this day, so online prices may vary. I found this tan ceramic vase with a double set of handles, which gives it such a unique look. This ivory one has a very modern yet rustic look to it, and the swirls make it look like a curated piece. This faux planter is definitely one that I really loved, precisely because of the color and the contrast between the matte and the shiny ceramic. This one is also one of my favorites. Love the added rings to the handles and the texture and color of the ceramic. It is very unique and can definitely contribute to that curated look for your home. This bud base is absolutely adorable, and if I had one complaint about it, is that I wish it came in a larger size. And this crosshatch ivory vase, which I was holding with one hand for the purpose of this video, but in reality it is a very heavy piece. This jug vase definitely presents that asymmetry between the body and the handles that is so trendy and gives a curated / designer look. This is another option for those ringed handles, only that this one has that beautiful contrast between the black and the beige. Then there's this pale blush vase with oversized or loop handles that again plays around with that asymmetry I mentioned just a second ago. On the planter section, I found this ivory terracotta planter, which was one of my favorite pieces from the entire shopping trip. This is another terracotta option with a bit of a more modern silhouette, but I couldn't find this one online, so I do apologize for that. This black ceramic planter is an oversized one, and it was on sale on this day. However, price might vary on the website. This is another one on the more traditional side. It comes in black or charcoal, which is what you're seeing here, but it's also available on ivory. I then found these wooden vases that come in two different sizes. These look like a unique and curated piece. This decorative plate was made in Portugal. It's an incredible heavy piece, and even though you see me holding it with one hand, it was really heavy, but I loved it. And then another piece that looks very curated is this decorative bowl with a pedestal. Just as shown on the video, it's black on the outside and green on the inside. Moving on to furniture, the first thing that caught my eye was this Ziki oval console table. I think it's such a beautiful and versatile piece. But this coffee table had my heart. Also from the same collection, it features the perfect height and design, and the tone of wood is beautiful. They paired these at the store with this olive green sectional. Worth mentioning that the chair retails separately for $359.99, and the shade of green is showing lighter on video. They also paired the sectional with this vintage wall art, which is absolutely stunning. This is definitely another one of my favorites from this shopping trip. Then I encounter the famous campaign desk. This is a very popular office desk among Instagram home decor accounts, and I have to say that it is as beautiful in person. The only complaint that I have is that the drawer is not smooth. Display cabinets are also a staple in trendy home decor these days, and I like this version in charcoal and walnut because it's different than the other ones. I really like that World Market offers bar height bar stools because I feel like these days they're getting harder and harder to source. This is definitely a nice option. These chairs are my dream dining chairs. My only concern is the rush-like seat. I am unsure if this material will end up coming apart with time and use, but I do think it's a beautiful piece, and for the price, it's one to consider. And of course, while we're here, we cannot miss on any swivel chair, so I found this one styled at the end of a dining table. This cane chair is also one of my favorites. It is advertised as a dining chair, but if you have a small living room area, this totally can be used as an accent chair. Then there's a breathtaking table. It showcases the grains of the wood so naturally. You can match it with different styles of chairs, and I love that it's adaptable to either a casual or a formal dining experience. You can see over here their suggestions for mixing and matching. This velvet chair was another showstopper. Even though it's not much of my style, I do have to admit it's a beautiful piece, and it is advertised as a stain repellent fabric, which is always useful. Next up is the table lamp section, and I'm starting with two ceramic base options. This one on the antique side and this one on the more modern side, but with the same color and material. Found this woven base at the store but couldn't find this one online, but I do think the design is very, very charming and the price is not bad. And then this task lamp, which is perfect for an office space. This one has a USB port, which is very convenient. One of my top favorites is this brass and faux rattan table lamp. They call it the Empire lamp, and I can totally see it in the shade's silhouette. Another one of my tops is this pleated lamp, which didn't have a price tag, but also I couldn't find online. I thought this globe lamp was such an original design. This one is an LED lamp, and this will go perfectly with a Scandi or even organic modern style. Then here we have the Empire floor lamp, which is also another one of my top picks for this shopping trip. I did want to take the time to show you the faux rattan closer on this one.
Every night, and what's it dreaming of?
The next section I couldn't miss was of course the Faux Greenery. They had a great variety at this particular location. Starting with this faux seeded eucalyptus tree. This one is 6 feet tall, and even though the leaves have that bluish undertone, I really like the quality of the leaves per se. This faux succulent is a very long stem, which makes me think $9.99 a stem is not too bad, but you will need at least 3 of these for a full arrangement. The longest stem I found was these tall eucalyptus stems. I love that these look like actual eucalyptus, but for the price of $24.99 a stem, these are on the higher end. On the other hand, these seeded eucalyptus have a more bluish ash tone. I did link a similar one to these down below. Moving to the flower or faux flower section, the first thing I came across was these gorgeous plum blossoms in that beautiful white color and that realistic look. Another one that I loved was these cream magnolia stems. You get about 4 flowers per stem and their price is $12.99. World Market also has a selection of dry bouquets, and this one really caught my eye. This one I could not find online, but to me it looks like dried anise, and I think it's so beautiful. These are called the Faux Japanese bell leaf stems, and I love them. I love how full they are and how realistic they look. I also love the selection of these faux wildflower stems. They actually look like something you picked off of a flower field. This spring blossom is another one of my favorites, and I believe that all the blossoms retail online in sets of 2, but I could be wrong. Lastly, these willow eucalyptus stems are going to be perfect for this upcoming fall season, and you're going to see in the next shot how much do you get per stem. These are medium-sized stems, I would say. I did want to showcase some of the mirrors from this section, and I really love this vintage style one that comes in brass and black. This wood carved mirror is also something that I've never seen before, and it's indeed very charming. There you have a close-up of how the frame looks like. Then this oddly shaped abstract mirror, which I thought it looked like a curated piece and something very original. If you want something more on the classic side, they have this one, which I really liked the tone of the wood on the frame. And then this is another option for that metal vintage mirror. This one is in the brass color in the medium size. I also found a selection of wall hanging linens, which apparently is a thing here at Walmart. So I'm going to showcase some of my favorites from this day. They have that olive one, these orange ones, and they also have this beautiful world map, which I think it's ideal for an office or homeschooling room for kids. You all know that I love candlesticks, candle holders, so let's go ahead and explore some of those. I found this selection of candlestick holders, and I love the modern and sleek design in that black metal color. They have a decent size, so they can definitely provide some height on a large dining room or console table where you have tall ceilings. And to pair those, I showcase these taper candles, which I think they are very affordable for a set of 2. They come in stark white in that beautiful ivory color. These are some wall candle sconces, which are actually very affordable for the size, and I love the patina that they have on the metal. They also have these brass ones for $10. I found some similar ones online. And speaking of taper candles, I found these shorter versions that are actually also fluted, and I really love the color gray for these. And on the other side, they have these chunky candle holders. They have this short version and this large version on these brass ones. They do look very modern and sleek, but if you like something more rustic, then they have this option for wood. And these are the types of decorations that you don't need to play around with many elements, as they create a statement on their own. These here are brass and more on the modern side. I also found these very popular candle warmers, and the purpose for these is to place a scented candle underneath so that the warmer functions as an alternative to lighting up a candle in a space where maybe it's not that safe to have a lit up candle. The kitchen section is of course one that I needed to come and explore. So I'm going to show you some of my favorites, starting with this beautiful vintage looking cup. This is part of a full collection that is all going to be linked down below. These flower cups are super viral on social media right now, and I came to find the lilies, which I think it's absolutely adorable. And this right here is the Vita and Ivory dishware collection, which I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to be sharing each one of the pieces, just a few, but they will all be linked down below. Starting with this cake stand, which is gorgeous for either displaying cakes, cupcakes, or only decor. And then this olive oil or oil dispenser, which I thought it was also very beautiful. This is the mango wood 2-tier tray, which is great to keep in kitchens for decor or maybe displaying fruits. I do believe the price is great for tier trays. And can we talk about how beautiful this clear teapot is? This one was really close to come with me home. Then I also found a few kitchen accessories like these gold and wood measuring cups, and I also found these stainless steel measuring cups in that beautiful brass color for just $20. Another item they have in gold are these mesh colanders, which by the way they also have in silver. I do believe the price is great for it being stainless steel. And they have a huge variety of dishes in the kitchen section. These were absolutely one of my favorites, the scalloped dishes and bowls. If I was to show you every single type of dish they have in this section, I would spend hours and hours. Next up is the marketplace section where they have specialties from all over the world, and let me tell you, this was like paradise for me because not only I love cooking but I also love eating. So I found so many interesting things here. I try not to go overboard though. If you like cooking Middle Eastern food, maybe shawarmas, this is a great thing to have in your pantry. These bourbon pecans sounded very interesting to me because I really like candied nuts, but I also really love candied popcorn, and these butter rum crunchy ones seemed amazing. One unpopular opinion is that I really like eggplants, and these come in that jar. They also have a variety of dried pastas, and I found this bucatini one, which can be very expensive to eat at restaurants. This one is $5 a bag. I found these painted olive oil bottles, which are so beautiful, and I believe the olive oil comes from Spain. For $25, this can be a great decor piece in your kitchen. I also found these jar risottos, which are great. You can cook them in a pan. They give you instructions as to how to do it, and this black truffle one sounded delicious. I also found these tteokbokki meal kits. This is a Korean street food, and it's one of my favorites. I'm actually impressed because usually you have to go to the Korean grocery store to find something like this. This pimentón dulce is the Spanish paprika, which is perfect to add into your paellas or any Spanish dish that you want to cook. And I also found this Aleppo pepper for $2.99, which I thought it was quite an interesting find. I'm guessing it'll be great for Middle Eastern food. I also found some caviar, and I have to admit I've never had this before. If you have, let me know in the comment section down below. In the Asian section, I also found this matcha Kit Kat, which I've actually had in the past, and it's pretty good. And then this lemon curd, which is great for desserts. They also have a lemon and lime curd below over there. I found these pound cakes that come from Italy, and I was this close to buying one to have with coffee on the next morning.
And that is going to be everything for today's video. In conclusion, I think War Market move on to be one of my favorite stores that I've ever been to. I saw so many beautiful things today that I wanted to buy. Oh God, I'm in love. Overall, 10 out of 10 in the store. I think they do have for several different styles of decor. I do believe their price category is on a middle tier. Not too cheap, not too expensive, but everything seemed to be very nice quality, which I'm really impressed. I also enjoy the food section. They have an amazing selection, and I love the variety in between French, Italian, Spanish. I try not to go overboard with all the things that I showed, but you know, I was just having a good time. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, I really hope you can consider hitting that red subscribe button down below. And without any further ado, I really hope I can see you in my next one. Bye.